right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Infinite Serve podcast. Today we've got Samuel Rifkin, who's going to be running the Infinite Strength Mastermind in our TFP group. Man, look, it's just crazy because I just want to jump into kind of like how we started, how you even got involved with the group. And, you know, since then, what effects has happened? Like, what has changed for you? Like, if you could put that all into one ball, what would you say?
You know, I feel like I thought I had my community, and I definitely have some great community members, great family, great friends, but I was definitely lone wolf in it. I was definitely not getting out of my zone to up my level, making the connections I needed to make. And I just realized as hard as I think I was pushing, you always need to push harder. And I just realized I needed to push harder, and I didn't realize how much it meant to have community involvement. You know, I thought I had my community down. I didn't realize I needed to keep going further, you know?
Right. And I guess one of the biggest ways to say it is, how many times have you stepped in a room where you were the smartest person in the room?
Yeah, you know, I mean,
And
it's funny for me to talk like that.
Yeah,
you know?
well, no, it's going to be funny for the people that are going to watch this. What, you thought you were smarter than me?
No. Yeah. No, you know, there was, you know, straight up, yeah, it was times where I felt not, I don't want to say smarter, like I'm smarter than people, but I felt like my effort levels were different. I feel like my heart was different. You know, the income was different. And that's not saying anything bad about anybody I was with. You know,
No, not
just
at all.
saying, yeah, if you want to accelerate your game, you got to be around game accelerators. You
Right.
got to be around people that are doing better than you. So no matter what, but you know, I had this idea in my head. No, you know, it's not about that. I'm not trying to find the guy doing this. I'm cool, but it is cool. Love your friends, love the people you're with, even if you do feel at a different level, right? But still strive for greatness, still strive to meet people that are better than you, that can contribute in making you better in your own life. You know, life never stops, man. My favorite quote, I think the guy's name is Pablo Casales.
Okay.
He was one of the best cello players in the whole world ever, master. And after he mastered the game, he was 90 years old. And people went up to him and they said, "Hey, man, you know, you've mastered the game." So cut back a little bit. He's still practicing hours a day at age 90. And so they said to him, "Why do you keep practicing? You've already mastered this." He goes, I think I'm getting the hang of this. I think I'm getting pretty good at this, something like that.
That's
the game don't stop, man. The game don't stop. Never rest on your laurels.
Right. And so when you say never rest in your laurels, what are some of the things that you're aiming for or that you know you can't put brakes on right now?
I mean, everything, you know. For a while, I feel like it was on a massive delay of me giving back. You know, I gave back minorly in my community. Okay, coach kids football, be there for my friends, be there for my family. But I feel like now joining the final percent and doing this is where I can finally give back, really contribute, really start doing this whole delayed thing of, oh, when I get there, I'll start a foundation. I'll work more with a charity. I'll do whatever. Now, thanks to you, I am able to do that, accelerate that times a million, and do it for a living. You know, so yeah, that's one way, you know. And I think, give myself credit, I don't really rest on my laurels, but you know what? Screw that. I was to some extent, because I know how much I'm capable of. I realize the engine in me can go so far.
Yeah.
I know I can go to beyond the galaxy. I know I can. So, you know, just getting involved here is really giving me that jump start to, in my next, let's call it 2/3, screw it, next 3/4 of life, 41, you know, we're going to be what, 160? We're going to live with 160, right?
Yeah, right.
Let's call it that. My first
Who knows
quarter,
with everything that's going
quarter
on right
of
now.
life. Yeah. That I've realized that now I'm just ready for new adventures, new things. And I'm just feeling really inspired. It's nerve wracking. It's crazy, new stuff. But yeah, I realize, get the heck out of your comfort zone. You gotta, no matter what. If you're comfortable, you're in the wrong place.
What if, oh man, so what if, right, like taking a look at everything that has happened. What if you said no and continuously said no to this? What do you think you would be right now? What do you think you'd be doing?
Well, I don't think there's a world where I'd say I think the stars align, my man. You, my wife, meeting Greg and everything. I don't
like
think there
that
could have
answer.
been a no. Like really, it just no. You know, it's funny because it's. I feel like the more you go through life, you realize that the what's the word I'm looking for? The cheesy sayings when they say like the things like grass is
Fate.
always greener on the other side.
Okay.
All those, they really do make sense, man. There was a brilliant man before. There's a reason why cleanliness is next to godliness. There's a reason why it says like, go for the stars. So I believe in myself. I know that I would get there. I know something would click because I know what I've strived for. I know you would never see me going about my life looking back at age 80 like, oh, I could have somehow. But what do we talk about here, right? We talk about the easier button. We talk about just accelerating that, compressing decades into days. So what I feel like is that this accelerated me. Thank God I got involved. Thank God I'm on a mission now. And I'm just really pumped about that. I think I would have got there because I believe in myself. I know who I am, but it might have taken a little longer. It might not have been to the level, that I would get here. I feel like this is the accelerator, right? The people in the community, what we're doing, that's the battery. And I feel like I got a lot of batteries now, people I can rely on that are fueling me. And just really accelerating the process. And good for somebody like myself at age 41. I don't look at age. It's like, oh, I'm old now. I do whatever. But, let's be honest. If I'm 18, I could come up from the dirt, sleep on a couch, eat ramen noodles. I wouldn't have kids. You could do it a little differently, right? But not now. So I feel like the stars have aligned. Again, these cheesy sayings, they make sense, right? Everything kind of did align. It's crazy looking at it. And I feel like I'm where I'm meant to be. But yeah, to sum it all up, just accelerating the process, really accelerating it, really getting going.
And I remember when we were first really talking about it, right? And one of the things, you were like, what? I'm thinking to myself, like, what is he really going to get out of it? Right?
Yeah.
And I really did wonder that. I mean, you're doing so well with your health and vitality. From the outskirts, it looks like everything's going good with you and your family. And, you're rocking it professionally. And I'm like, man, this guy's just got all of his things together. And that's when it clicked to me. I was like, wait a second. No. See, that's the most amazing thing about this community. Because it's not really you walking in there going, what can I get out of this, right? It's what can I give or contribute? Mm-hmm. How can I participate? How can I show up? And with all the skill sets and all the talents that you have and everything that you've pretty much accelerated in your own life to the best of your capability, you're now actually like, look, I can contribute.
Yeah.
And it fills you, bro. Like, I've never seen this much. You guys got to understand, I've known Sam for like 12 years now, I think. More.
More, yeah. About 14.
14 years.
Yeah.
Like, literally. And me and Jamie were just talking about this the other day. Like, I've known you for 14 years. I've known Travis and Charlotte for like 19 years with Travis.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And Rocco and Montana for like the last 12. Right. And it's crazy, but like, I've known you, and yes, we are friends. We would have been friends for forever, but bro, no joke. I feel like I've gotten so much more time with you, so much closer to you guys.
Definitely.
All three of you, due to this community. And it was like, wait a second, we were already friends. How is it that this community brought us even closer? But I think it's because of the synergy of everything that Greg does to actually make sure that we are like, man, it's really awesome when we think we're crushing it in life. We just think we're doing it, and we just don't have the awareness to realize that there's always another level of improvement.
I think it's just massive accountability.
Right.
No matter in life, man, people are always watching. Okay. And TFP can be a very powerful microcosm of what the whole world is.
Right.
Because everybody's watching, man. And that's a lot of what I want to talk about in my mastermind is that I don't care who you are. You're an example. When you walk out that door, I like to use children as the example. When you walk out the door of your house, there's an impressionable young mind that is looking at you, okay? If we have a world full of people walking the streets, slouching over, not looking happy, not looking like they take care of their body, not saying hello to one another, not smiling, not exuding that energy, that's what that little kid thinks the world is, all right? So he's like, oh, it's okay. Let's just Now, if you have a bunch of healthy people smiling at each other, joking around, seeing everybody, showing that energy, that kid in his brain, I'm not a brain doctor, but I can tell you trillions and zillions.
He says I'm not a brain doctor.
Of
Dr.
stuff going on.
Rewiring.
Yeah, going on in that brain that are forming you into what you think of life. Okay, so be the example, be out there, do something good. You have an obligation whether you want it or not. I don't care. You're a role model whether you like it or not, because there is an impressionable young mind that is looking at you and maybe looks at that person and says, oh, I want to be like that guy. You know, oh, this is what the world looks like. So yeah, I think, you know, being in the community, it's gate kept, you know, you can't slouch. You will be called out, you know, and, you know, yeah, there's a money element, and that has to be there. That keeps accountability further. You know what I mean?
Well, I look at it this way. If you don't pay, you don't pay attention.
Yes, sir.
Right? If it's fucking free, you're not doing shit for it.
Yeah, and to everybody out there, obviously, look, anybody who wants to get in, there's so many options. The way that we are flexible with everything of getting involved, which is cool. You know, if I came in, I know between Greg and y'all talking about me, let's say I was like, I can't do this right now. There would have been a way. Y'all would have made a way for me. The same way that I'll make a way for somebody. The same way that the community come together. Look, it's already happening with the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's already happening with the Young Bucks. They're getting sponsorship, and they're having to come through. But, you know, like I said, we're gate kept. If anybody messes up, anybody does whatever. Look, I'm new, right? I don't know the whole history, but I hear all the time, oh, this guy had to go. It's gate kept. You have accountability factors at hand all the time. And the funny thing is, when you join personal growth, when you're involved in all these things, when you're in a community, you'll be at your house. I'm by myself doing things where, look, I'm not a slacker by nature, but I might think of the little thing. I might think I'm not going the final percent on something. I might think that, okay, I can skip that. I don't have to go downstairs to get that. I'll get that tomorrow. And I tell myself, nah, go get it. You know,
it's permeated through your body now, right?
Little things you think, nah, man, you got to think like people are watching. And I don't mean people are watching to put on a performance. You got to feel like people are watching that are inspired by you. It's not, oh, I got to prove something. It's like, you're an inspiration, whether you like it or not, man. I don't care. Any which way. If you're not that body on the street that's looking happy, let's say you're not. Let's say that's just not your personality. You say you're the guy behind the computer programming something. Hey, man, you got a gift. You got a skill. Maybe write a book. Maybe contribute. Maybe run a course that you teach your skill to. Contribute somehow, some way. Everybody, you owe a debt to the world. When you're born on this earth, you owe a debt to the world. You have to do something right. You have to pass it down through your children, through other people. I don't care if you're somebody that doesn't have kids. You owe a debt to the world, man. Whatever you want to call it, science or God made you, and you owe something back. You don't get a free ride here. You don't get to take this blessing of a body you do and just get to trash it and get to just walk around and be like, yeah. You owe a debt to the world.
I like that. I actually like that. I owe a lot of debts.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to keep paying them, man. We got a lot of time.
Well, and that's the craziest part, right? Because even this whole thing of infinite serve, this has been, you know, blessed as a transition through TFP, because before this, even I was very competent at serving.
Yes.
I was very competent at car sales. I was very competent at doing it to the very best of my ability and making sure the customers felt that kind of thing and during the transaction. But truth be told, bottom line, it was still very transactional for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even when you take a look at the title of my book, Stop Selling, Serve, so big, right? Because that's what I wanted to shift to so bad. Deep down inside me, I felt God calling me, you know, telling me that's what I needed to shift to. And then I put a little caveat at the bottom of it, and get paid what you're worth. Truth be told, that was all I was really always focused on in my life, right?
Yeah.
And God freed me from 14 years of addiction, blessed me with a beautiful wife, amazing kids, beautiful home, cars, all the things, right? And the craziest thing is, even when he blessed me with that and in an amazing job and a position at car sales when I was unhireable, you know what I mean? Like, and I got a great job opportunity, and he blessed me with all these things. But instead of actually serving others, I literally self-served myself even more. Mm-hmm. I've already been poured out blessings, and then I literally got even more self-serving and selfish. And no, there is a factor to that, but it's also a balance, because me, you know, I'm an extremist, right?
Yeah.
self-serving ends up becoming selfish for me.
Uh-huh.
And so now this shift with everything that Greg has taught me and this community has taught me into serving infinitely now has just been so drastic. It's
Heck
been
yeah.
a deep internal change. And literally it's, for the first time in my life, it's not about the money.
Heck yeah. Well, you know, the world plays mind games with you all the time, right?
Mhm.
Hey, measure about the money, get whatever. And man, you know, you're always going to hold yourself to a high standard. And yeah, it might have been about that, but I've known you, man. You've always been a great person. You've always been there to help. You've always been a solid human on this earth. But yeah, again, we're constant works in progress. We're constantly learning. If you're not learning, you're dying. If you're not moving forward, you're slowly dying, you know? Like with everything, I feel you combine the stuff you're going to put in your mind, the food you're going to put in the body, the exercise you're going to get, the people you spend your time with, the fun you're going to have, the beauty of having children. I'm starting this whole thing where it's not scientifically backed at all, but like add 20, 25 years to your life. Just through those things. Just keep accelerating. Don't ever settle. Oh, I'm retired. Oh, I did this. Oh, I'm too old. Oh, I have my friends. Oh, I'm good. Oh, the food I eat keeps me just fine. Nah, man. Keep striving to be better. And you know, one thing that I really want to dive into and learn how to do is just make it more approachable, because I'm sure you've been there. It still happens to me. I look at all these exercise videos. I'm like, oh my God, there's so much. And I get intimidated deep down. You know, we all do. Okay. Mike Tyson's scared before a fight. Okay. He talks about it. Okay. We all need to acknowledge that it's okay. You're not, you know, these athletes, the Tony Robbins of the world, the Michael Jordans, like they still went into the game with fear. Oh, how am I going to do? Critical of themselves, nerves, you know? So we need to acknowledge that. So I want to bring that to people and say, hey, it's okay. Like, you're alive. You're nervous. Okay, we're all talking about go a million miles, work so hard, keep meeting better friends, get in the rooms, do this, get healthier, work out more. Take a deep breath, dial it down. Everybody can do it. It's time management. That's another thing I want to really get into. Time management, making sure you're allotting blocks of time for the certain things in your life. You're not overthinking certain things. It's just work. It's just work. You're going to start something. Okay, me for right now. Okay, I'm playing around with my content, and I'm like, CapCut. Oh, video editing. I've never done that. So the first thing that comes into my mind, I just need a person to help me. I still do want to kind of get a lesson to accelerate, but you know, I'm just thinking, I never do these things. I do whatever. Open the damn thing and play around. What are you gonna do? Open it and play around. You want to eat healthy? Look it up. Go to the grab something. You wanna, you know, make a new friend or get in the community, talk to somebody. You know, you want to figure out something with your work, look it up. Just start lightly. And then it'll get in. All of a sudden you're like, oh, wow. Okay. Things seem so difficult at first. You just got to put in the effort. You got to do the work.
Right. And so guys, for everybody out there too, right? Like a lot of things this is something that you don't really have an issue with, right? Some people do.
Yeah.
You know, you've got introverts out there, you've got
course.
different,
And that's fine.
This is what's so great about having a community like this, because even with the animal profiles and all the different things that we're learning and studying for the Infinity certification, it is really allowing us to help understand the other people, to help draw them out, to be able to, you know, just bring out the best of them. And in your case scenario, a lot of it is definitely based on that vitality, even looking great, you know what I mean? And we were talking about this, you know, positive vanity.
Yes, sir.
Right? Like, no joke, I've lost 30 pounds. You know what I mean? And it feels different being on stage,
Yes.
30 pounds less.
It all transfers.
Than it does being 30 pounds more. And then especially when I'm watching videos of it and you're sitting there going, man, my love handles are coming out. Like even when I was shooting my other podcast, even that, my first few podcasts, like my head looked like it was like as wide as this chair. Like my face was, and I was like, as the progression happened and I'm filming more podcasts, I'm like, ooh,
yeah,
it's getting leaner, and it's started to look way better on camera. But
yeah, and a couple things on that points that have come out that I want to address is like you said, there are some people that are introverts, okay, and we're not telling them, hey, get out there and be an extrovert. Nah, just channel.
You sure?
Some of them can, yeah, but okay, channel your energy, or find the people you're comfortable with. put it to work somehow. Like I said, you owe a debt to the world. Okay. If you're an introvert, figure it out. Find a way to contribute. If that means you're not going to be the guy on stage, okay, that might write a book or talk to people or contribute or teach or figure out somehow to get your energy, get your knowledge, get your help out into the world. You know what I mean? And yeah, we're talking about the positive vanity. Feel good about all the things you've done. It will transfer and everything. You take it, you will be taken seriously. Anybody who says, oh, I don't need that, I'm a professional, this and that, or I'm a philosopher. No, like no matter what, you will be talked about. Oh, that guy's in shape too. I'm sorry. But I'm just being blunt. And I think most humans have this go through their brain. Again, there's zillions of brainwaves that I don't know how to define. Somebody can help me with this. But if I see you on there and you're not looking your best, I know you're not loving yourself. Okay. So get right to that. No matter what, you're not loving yourself to a certain degree. Because if you loved yourself totally, you would say, I need to get my body together. I need to present a great example on the stage. Not to mention, I talk about the 20 to 25 years that I've made that up in my head. So you have these things that contribute, and you are saying, I don't care enough to add that 20 to 25 years. You want to do these things. You have kids. You have a mission. You're robbing the world of that extra time because you are not taking care of yourself. You're choosing the wrong food. You're not putting time in for exercise. You're not taking care of your body. You're putting the wrong ingredients into your body. No matter what, it all comes back to vitality. It all comes back to vitality because if you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of somebody else?
I love this. I love this right now because literally I just watched over Kip's podcast with Matt. And for him, it all comes back to the personal growth. It's who you are inside and what it is.
Yeah.
So I love it. It's like, and for you, it's very obvious that the vitality piece is your main pillar, right? Like, but for each and every single one of us, we definitely have deficiencies in the other ones.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
Even in the one that we think we're great at, there's always room for improvement and growth, which is why it's great to have a community like that, because you'll learn more stuff that you'll innovate and incorporate into your vitality and take that to the next level. But then my question for you is this. Okay, you've already talked about how this community is a battery, supercharges everything, compresses decades into days, all that stuff. What I want to know is, how has it affected you in the personal aspect, in your personal growth, in your marriage, in you showing up with your kids? What kind of things have you learned from the group so far, or from TFP, or just life in general with everything that's happened since joining the group in the personal pillar?
I mean, a lot, right? Knowing, like I said, that you're being watched. You have an example to set. Knowing that you can always be better. Knowing that you can never just settle down. Knowing that I got to call myself out. I have people that will call me out. I have people that I got to show who I am. I've always considered myself a natural leader, and I take that very seriously. Right. I know that I have to set an example. I know I have to be the one toughing it out. I know I have to be the one showing somebody something. I know I have to be on stage per se, showing, hey, this is how you can be a man. This is how you be a good person on the earth. This is what you need to do. So again, just having batteries of people all over supercharging you, people that really genuinely care about you, people that if they don't care about you or they don't do the right thing, like I said, get the F out. So personally, it's definitely supercharged me again. To backtrack, getting into this thing was, I'm always known as my group's personal hype man. Okay. So I think I took that the wrong way. I said, oh no, I know how I am. I'm always there for my guys. Look at me. I'm full of energy. I am inspired. I can do this and that. But you know what? Like I said, I am the group's hype man, but who is my hype man? Okay. I mean, yeah, I have my wife. I had you. I have my friends, right? But joining in and having a guy like Greg to be like real deal, professional to the T hype man of getting it going. So I think that there are, let's quote our homeboy Super Dave. What's up, Dave? there's walls to break through. That's what he talked about. And I love that. There's just always a wall to break through. There's always going to be another wall to break through. Till the day you die, you will not break through that last wall. There's nothing, perfection does not exist, but perfection is to be strived for. Perfection is a pie in the sky idea that we try to get, and it gives positive reinforcement to strive and keep driving and going. But there's no such thing as perfection. Michael Jordan was not a perfect basketball player, because if he was perfect, he'd be programmed and he'd score 200 points blah, 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 down the court every time. There's no such thing.
Wait, so you don't look in the mirror and go, "Oh, perfect"?
Come on, man. There's fitness models and trainers that are looking at me right now. That look at me on this thing and be like, "Yeah, him." I'm just a person, man. I'm just another, in this world of fitness and everything. I'm just another person trying to help people, trying to spread the word, trying to show, hey, let's get in the gym, let's do our thing, let's love ourselves. It's not all. I'm not a trainer. I'm not trying to be a personal trainer. I'm not trying to be just a nutritionist. I'm trying to just show what exercise, health, fitness has done for my life, what I know it can do for everybody else's life, what I know it can improve on your personal, on your business, on your community. When you come with your best self, you make other people their best selves. You got to keep freaking grinding, man. All these concepts relate in the infinity model to everything. Right. So I just know that my message can be through vitality, can be through the way I have done things. And I really think I have a point to prove. I really think I have a story to tell, just scratching the surface. And, but yeah, to dial it back personally, yeah, it just makes me want to be a better person, because I have to be a better person for you. I have to be a better person for all the people in their community. I have to. It's my job. It's my debt to the fucking world. That's what we need to understand. I can't say that enough. You owe the world something.
I like
You're not born on this planet to sit on your ass. And if you are, do something, learn something, and be able to give that back. And I'm not saying go be somebody that has to inspire 1,000 people. At least give it back to your kids. Right. At least give it back to your family. At least when you see somebody on the street, they're like, I like that guy. He's cool. That guy made me happy today.
With a smile.
Yeah,
as simple as a smile.
You could do the little things. It was one of I highly recommend this book. It's by Dale Carnegie, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. One of the main things somebody was talking about is, okay, you have three people. You have a guy and another guy and his dog. Okay. The guy that doesn't have the dog sees the guy with the dog and says, oh man, that's a beautiful dog. Really cool, right? The guy goes back to his dog, pets the dog. The dog is ecstatic. He's happy. He just made three beings happy. Okay. That little gesture of him doing there made himself happy to see the guy loving his dog, made the guy happy to love his dog, the dog happy he was getting love. It's the little things, man. Little itty bitty things can go. You don't have to be, again, you don't have to be what me and you are trying to do, what Greg's doing. Just do something good. Be there for people. Do something right. There's no free rides, man.
I like that. That's another piece of coal to add to my already hot burning fire of motivation. Goodness gracious. Actually, like I said, though, with all the debts I've got to repay back, that's a lot of coal. Just throwing a lot of coal.
We're doing it, baby. We're doing it.
But yeah. But so then on the personal side, definitely some growth and definitely some changes. Vitality. I can't wait to see what you're going to bring to this community. And in the community, man, you've been showing up like a mother.
You're trying to do it, bro.
Seriously,
I mean, bro. I do it for me and I do it for everybody. It's not just, I love it, but I know, like, even if there's a day that, it is a community, you might not want to show up. You might be low on sleep. You might want to take a rest day. You might do this. And those will come. Manage your schedule, but you got to be there for your people. And just like, what Greg was saying on stage, like, oh, hey, I got an hour and a half of sleep. You think I'm going to get tired? No, I'm going to get more energy as time goes on. So again, the superchargers, being around for your people, man. You got to realize you need people, man. And that's one thing I was realizing. I thought, hey, I'm going to keep a tight group. Stay cool, whatever. I don't want to be on the scene. I'm in the background. I'm fine. No, man, you got to find your people. You really do.
Yeah, we were never meant to do this alone.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And with the right people, it becomes a really great synergy. And so bringing that to close this then, what would you say to anybody out there that doesn't have a community right now? Like that doesn't have people that they're growing with?
I'd say, look, it's a hard pill to swallow sometimes. It's, again, to go back to the story of how I got in here. My wife and Bernard conspired in the background. Thank God Bernard is a persistent dude because I fought it tooth and nail. I thought I didn't need it. It looks weird, okay? I'm the number one guy to tell you. It was weird. Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? I mean, and there's the story where okay, I went to Bernard's birthday and I see the purple shirts. I see, okay, this guy Greg over here. I'm like, what the I'm looking all funny. And I think, and Bernard, you said it. You said, oh, I felt like he was judging. And no, I'm not judging. I'm looking out for my friend. I'm like, what is going on here? This is mad strange. Like, okay, you guys just wear these shirts out and about and go to party. Yeah. So I'm the number one guy that thought it was weird. Fought it tooth and nail. Said I don't need it. Then I went to my first Colorado totality. Day one.
Yep.
Okay,
Everybody, this
let's just do it.
gigantic human.
It's not going away. I probably made some faces.
Oh gosh, you did.
And honestly, it's funny. I was like laughing with Jess. I was like, do we even go back? And she's like, we got to go back. Okay. Day two. Oh, okay. I'm feeling it. It's cool. I'm excited to go back. Day three. Yeah, I'm in. But let me be honest. Look, I want to be
I'm in.
I want to be the blunt person here.
Okay, go.
Okay. The community. Yes, that's what you want. That's what you want to strive for. But this is the thing that a lot of people don't say, okay? Because they want to show you the value. They want to center it on the community. Nah, man. This place is going places. There's going to be money to be made by being involved, depending on how far you want to go in this, depending on if you want it just to help your own business or depending if you want to be a part of it. Because there's an open door, man. We're building a fucking army here. We really are. We're building an army of amazing people and we're doing great things. And so what I realized is not just did I like everybody, realized, oh man, look at these open-hearted people that really give a crap, that I don't know, I can be myself around. Well, I can be myself around my friends too, but not the lovey-dovey shit. I haven't cried more in my life than I had last 4 months. Just like, what the hell am I turning into, a whiny baby? But what I'm saying is that when you see what Greg is building, when you see what we're doing, like, get involved, man. This is going places. This is going places. So I realized that it was a balance of realizing that I can grow my own businesses and do business with everybody here, be in a community where I can share all my ideas, be who I am, receive help on demand, have people that are obligated to me and that I am obligated to, which is how you should feel, instantly being valued. Like, I know who I am. I know people are going to find my value everywhere. And that's what, and it honestly sings to my heart the speed at which I became somebody being spoke of. Like, I don't take that lightly, y'all. I love all y'all. Like, everybody's like, oh, Sam, all of a sudden I'm being talked about. I'm like, all right, look, but I know that's who I am.
Right.
So yeah, like, everybody still, and even me, I'm talking to my friends that know me, hey, I don't know. And I get it. I'm like, you're reacting the way you should be because you're looking out for me. Are you sure what is this? You're doing what you should do because you're looking out for me. I get it. But it's just funny how you really do have to let them know. You really do have to keep knocking on that door. You really do, because it does seem weird at first, but then you realize, nah, man, we live in a society where people are a little closed off. People think it's weird to be more open-hearted. They think, it's strange just overall, but you don't realize you need it. You need people. If you want to move forward with your life, you need the right people. And you're going to have your family and you're going to have your close friends. Have them too, and have the community.
Right.
Have it all. Never stop. Just keep trying to find people that will grow you. You can make new friends. No new friends. No new friends. No. Nah, man. You can make new friends. You can make new business partners continually till the day you die. So I'm not sure how to sum it up into one thing, but yeah, man, you need community. You need humans as the battery supercharging you. Next time in your life, just realize when you are feeling a little blue, you're feeling a little under the weather, whatever, and then you pick up the phone or your wife comes in or your friend, and then you just talk. I realized that when my brother passed, okay? When I was like thinking, I'd be in the dumps, I'd be not wanting to talk about it, but man, everybody talked to me like, I don't want to, no, please do. Please do. I love to talk about it. I'm like, I want to talk about it. No, I want to talk about my brother. I want to do all these things. So I realized that was another thing before that. I realized you need people. You need to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do things in your life to put more years onto your life. If not, you are robbing the world of your existence and the beauty you can bring to it and all the things that you do. You need to do everything to get your mental, your physical, your people, your money, your thing. You got to get it all right so that you can bless the world with more years of your life to do more good things for people, because you got to do good things for people no matter what.
That's it. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So on that note, guys, if you are local to Colorado, make sure to come and show up to one of the Infinite Serve events. We do a local community event every third Thursday or Tuesday of the month, the third week of the month. Just make sure to check us out. We are at Infinite Serve 33 on Instagram, on Facebook. Make sure to check it out and come through. We would love to introduce you to this amazing community. You guys will love it. All right. That's another episode of the Infinite Serve podcast. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Have a great one, guys. Peace.